Fleet Street, long known as the historic heart of British printing and journalism, is also home to one of London's most chilling and enduring legends, that of Sweeney Todd, the so-called demon barber of the aforementioned thoroughfare. But was he real? So I'm here on a noisy Fleet Street, as usual, and behind me here you can see St Dunstan's Church, but here is another building which was a former newspaper office. You can see on there Sunday Post, People's Friend, etc. But the bottom part is the address of the fictional barber shop of the demon barber of Fleet Street, Sweeney Todd. And this is Bell Yard, next to the Royal Courts of Justice here. This was the location, according to the story, of Mrs. Lovett's pie shop, where the bodies of those dispatched by Sweeney were baked into pies, linked to the barber shop via secret subterranean tunnels. While most today regard the tale as a work of Gothic fiction, there has been enduring speculation about whether Sweeney Todd might have been based, at least in part, on real events or characters. The story first took root in the popular imagination through the 1846-47 penny dreadful serial The String of Pearls. In this tale, Todd is portrayed as a barber who offs his unsuspecting clients with his trusty straight razor and sends their bodies through a trapdoor into the cellar below his shop at 186 Fleet Street. There, his alleged partner in crime, Mrs. Lovett, bakes the remains into meat pies and sells them to an unwitting public from her nearby pie shop. This lurid combination of murder, cannibalism and social satire proved irresistible to gore-obsessed Victorian readers. At the time, London was a city rife with social disparity, crime and macabre fascination with the underworld. Public executions, body snatching and tales of gruesome murders filled both the newspapers and the streets with grim excitement. Within this context, a story like Sweeney Todd's didn't feel at all implausible. It fed into public fears and dark curiosities, becoming a morality tale about greed, revenge, and the dangers lurking behind ordinary professions, especially those performed by the so-called lower orders of society. So, was Sweeney Todd a real person? Well, there is no definitive historical evidence confirming the existence of a real Sweeney Todd. No court records, police reports or contemporary accounts from the early 1800s mention a murderous barber on Fleet Street. Many historians believe the tale was a sensational invention inspired by earlier European folklore. In fact, similar stories of murderous barbers and cannibalistic pie makers existed in 17th and 18th century French literature. Maybe these have been adapted and embellished for Victorian readers hungry for scandal, suspense and, possibly, one of Mrs. Lovett's pastries of dubious origin. However, it can be claimed that some of the elements of the tale may have been based loosely on real events. For example, it's known that criminal activity in London at the time, and now to be honest, often went unrecorded or underreported, particularly when it concerned the working classes or the urban poor. Moreover, this specific location, Fleet Street, was filled with narrow alleyways, taverns and densely packed buildings that would have provided ideal cover for unsavoury activities and street attackers. Adding to the speculation is the case of alleged murders in 18th century Paris, where a barber and a pastry chef were said to have conspired in a way eerily similar to the Todd and Lovett story. Though likely apocryphal, the parallels are striking and may have travelled across the Channel into English popular fiction. Over the years, Sweeney Todd's tale has evolved, particularly with Stephen Sondheim's 1979 musical Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Sondheim's version gives Todd a tragic backstory, wronged by a corrupt judge and driven mad by grief, adding layers and pathos to the character. This portrayal cemented Todd not only as a villain but as a symbol of vengeance against injustice and as a denizen of the thin line between civilization and savagery. He was, to all intents and purposes, an anti-hero. Today, while no trace remains of Todd's supposed shop, Fleet Street continues to trade on its dark association with the tale, not least through this barber shop that lays direct claim to the legend. Added to this, tours often include stops at the site of Sweeney Todd's alleged barber shop. And this tube advert for the London dungeons shows there's still plenty of appetite for Todd and Lovett in the city. In the end, whether Sweeney Todd was a real man or a grim piece of composite mythology, his story reflects the fears, fascinations and imagination of the society that created him. Like Jack the Ripper and other lurking shadows of London's yesteryear, both real and imagined, he remains a powerful figure in British folklore, a ghost of Fleet Street, sharpening his razors in the minds of all those who know the significance of this place. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share and most importantly subscribe, and you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.